So yeah, I just want to come on and rant for a little bit because I just feel like ranting. If you didn't know, I am a cannabis advocate. So if you don't support people who smoke weed, I don't know what to tell you, baby, because I do. And it helps ease my mind. But I just want to rant, like I said, because I was a little bored. And I didn't want to record anything about food freedom or weight loss because I have plans to do that tomorrow. But I just wanted to talk about business, being an entrepreneur. For those of y'all who didn't know, I have been in business for a little over a year now. When I first started out, I was called Bodyguard and Bodyguard Fitness. If you still type in BAWDYGOD, you'll see my first ever page on Instagram. And that's what I was doing when I was solely focused on, I started Bodyguard Fitness to help myself stay motivated in my own weight loss journey and just to help keep me on track, because I was one of those people who would fall off the wagon after a few weeks because I would get bored and not be interested anymore and just want to be like, fuck it. So I needed a way to track my progress as well as to help keep me motivated and inspired. And I knew if I put it out there for the world to see, it would give me the extra boost of motivation to want to follow through with what the fuck I was doing. But that's when I was still confused, trapped in diet culture. I was still so obsessed with the new diet plan, and following somebody else's rules and guidelines for my life. Y'all, it was miserable. Still feeling like I had to overwork myself to burn off any food that was enjoyable or pleasurable to me and anything else in between. But then I gradually transformed to transform her daily because I stopped focusing on the actual products and things that diet culture was selling me to make me think that that was the cure to my problems, to transforming your life and your body as a whole, which is why I went from Bodyguard Fitness, being so focused on the body, to the whole transformation aspect of it. But then that still wasn't in alignment. And somewhere along the lines, I looked on my settings on Instagram where it tells you all the details of your account. And it said, since starting this page in December of 2018, I've changed my username 36 times. 36 fucking changes, because I feel like I can't keep something up too long if it's not in alignment with me and my spirit and where I'm trying to go. I changed my bio multiple times because it has to be in alignment with where I currently am in life. That's why I like transparency and being authentic. When I first started, there was no way in hell I was going to be getting on live and telling folks my business and what was on my mind, because I just was so stuck on being prim and proper. Being prim and proper was not in alignment with my spirit and where I'm trying to go. So as you've seen, if you've been following me for a while, you see my older videos to the videos I recently posted. Me as a person has changed. It's like you see more personality in my current videos versus a long time ago when I was trying to be something I'm not. It's like when you see me try something and then it like completely changes the next day or the next week, it's because I'm trying to get in alignment with my spirit and where I need to go. And that's the point of this live tonight, because I want to talk about how changes and getting in alignment with your purpose on this earth. The reason I keep making all these changes, I went from Bodyguard Fitness, Transform Her Daily, Curves and Cupcakes, and a range of changes in between. And that's because I'm not my CEO. I'm the owner and founder of Curves and Cupcakes, but I'm not my CEO. You know who my CEO is? A long time ago, I chose to make God my CEO. If you're someone who doesn't believe in God, I don't know what to tell you, because over here, if you're following me, I believe in God and will reference him on a daily because he is the reason I'm here where I am today. God is my CEO, which is why I make a bunch of changes. Sometimes I'll have a thought, an idea, and I act on it because I'm an impulsive person. I'm an impulsive shopper, buyer, all that shit. So whenever I have a thought, I immediately jump on it. And I do it no matter what it is. Create a new workout plan, create a new program, create a new product, do this and that. I do it. But then I have to always go back before the end of the day and consult God, because again, he is my CEO. He is the reason I'm here where I'm at today. And if I feel something shake or shift in my spirit, I know it's not a God idea. In a negative way, I know it's not from God. God is telling me, no, just because you thought about it, just because you did it, don't mean you need to keep doing it. It's not in alignment with my promise for you. It's not in alignment with the purpose I placed on your life. So I'm like, okay, God, even though I released this product today, you told me that this is not what you have planned for me. So I'm going to cancel that. I'm just going to take it down. I'm going to stop talking about it, stop being about it, and just move on and keep going. God doesn't do shit in your life to make you stop and quit and put a halt on your dreams and your purpose and the plan he has on your life. He makes shifts in your life so you can realize, look, you got to get in tune with me, because the only way to get to where you want to be in life, that next phase in your journey, is by listening to me. So just because I allowed you to do it and try and see for yourself that does not work, that this is not in alignment with my vision for you, cool. I put that in there so you can learn and be aware of that problem. But now it's time to stop and shift and listen to me, and then help get you back on the right track. So I used to think God put me here to help people lose weight by following meal plans and restricting themselves and their food and just being miserable, because that's what diet culture said we had to do to be happy and healthy. But then somewhere along the lines, even though I was promoting that in my real life, I was miserable following those things. But once I got in tune with myself and my body, I realized I see the most success in my goals as far as weight loss or body transformation or being happier and healthier by just eating what I want, but listening to my body and knowing when I've had enough. I never have to count a calorie a single day in my life. I'm more happier in my life today than I've ever been in my life, because I trust myself. I'm not beating myself up on a daily basis because I want to look what I'm having for dinner tonight. Chinese food. Ain't no diet in the world gonna tell you that's okay. Ain't no diet in the world gonna make you feel like you're a good person for eating Chinese food. They'll beat you up. They'll tear you up, tear you down. They'll put words and thoughts in your head to let you know that if you're eating Chinese food, you done fucked up all your progress. You're gonna have to miss a few meals, maybe a week, or you might have to fast for a week. You're gonna need that new diet detox, and you're gonna start a new diet plan on Monday because you fucked up for eating Chinese food. But once I learned that eating Chinese food is not the problem, it's not the reason I'm unhealthy and unhappy and miserable in my life, it's not the reason I'm plus size and fat, then I made peace with the food. Then once I've made peace with the food, which was never the problem in the first place, but diet culture and got in your head and made you think it was the problem. Once I made peace with food and changed my mind to realize it's not the food, it's me and what I'm doing every day, I learned and worked on creating new, consistent daily habits that fit me and my lifestyle, not somebody else, not no outside source or factor, not no new diet plan, not no new coach, none of that. Y'all, I've always been transparent about the fact that I had weight loss surgery. I had something called VSG. VSG is the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. If you're not familiar with VSG, it's a form of weight loss surgery, and it's similar to the gastric bypass, which was popular a few years ago. People always get on people for having weight loss surgery because they think it's the answer. And that's why I think God has let me go through all this shit, so I can be the example for you, so that you can see all these products and supplements and coaches and surgeries is not the answer. If weight loss surgery was really the quick fix, like people try to make you feel guilty about and make you believe, why am I not skinny right now? First of all, I don't ever want to be skinny. That's not a goal of mine. Being skinny, I've been that, and I was more miserable than I've ever been while I was plus size. But if my damn weight loss surgery, the VSG, not only did I have to go a whole year I had to go for my insurance to pay for it. I had to go to the doctor every month for a whole year, and I couldn't gain if I gained weight, my insurance on the little 12-month preview period or whatever. If I gained weight, they wasn't gonna do the surgery. I had to see a psychologist and a nutritionist. If they didn't evaluate me and feel like I was a good candidate for the surgery, my insurance wouldn't cover it. I have TennCare, Blue Care in Tennessee. It's basically the state or the government, whatever, free medical care. That's what I have. So they had really strict rules and guidelines at the end of the 12 months. And it was supposed to be a 6-month review, but I gained weight the last few months doing this restrictive diet just so the surgery could approve me, but I gained weight, so they had to push it off a few more months because it took a few more months to get back to the initial weight where I was going to be approved for. So after a year, I got approved for the VSG surgery, the weight loss surgery. That shit was $40,000. $40,000 approved, 12 months of waiting and psychiatric evaluation and nutritionist evaluation for a surgery. Why am I not skinny? Because the surgeries are not the answer. The diets are not the answer. If you go back to my other pages when I first started The Bodyguard, BAWDYGOD, if you type that in later, you'll see the stuff I was posting and was doing. I was working out. There was a time where I would go to the gym. I said I cannot step foot out this gym until I have burned 1,000 calories. And I would force myself hot, tired, ready to faint off in the gym until I had a picture on each machine. If I was like on the treadmill, the elliptical, I had to take a picture of 500 calories burned right here, 500 right here. I could not leave until I had proof that I burned my 1,000 calories. How miserable do you think you gotta be after working out and having to burn 1,000 calories? If you've been on any type of weight loss or fitness journey, you know how long it takes to see 1,000 calories burn. Baby, I was exhausted. I was tired. I wasn't eating. I was beating myself up for eating regular shit like this Chinese food that I'm enjoying every damn day because diet culture told me I was a failure for eating that way. So if I don't burn 1,000 calories, I'm gonna have to start all over Monday. Fuck everything else I've done up to this point. I am a fucking failure. That's what diet culture does to you. Makes you feel like a failure for being human. Your body is not agreeing with you and is fighting you. You feeling miserable and depressed and anxious on all these new diets because diets are not and never have been and never will be the answer. Food is not the problem. It's your thoughts and beliefs around those foods that are the damn problem. It's the consistent unhealthy habits you do every day by not prioritizing sleep. I'm guilty too, baby. When's the last time you got 7 to 8 hours of sleep? If you don't know, and I don't know, guess what? We ain't healthy. Fuck with us. We might be following a diet plan to the T. We might be losing weight. But just because you losing weight don't mean you healthy. Hell, no offense. I have a grandfather who's dealing with cancer right now who may die any day. Yeah, that's personal. But cancer patients lose weight rapidly. So because they losing weight as quickly as you want to, guess what? They ain't healthy. They are on their deathbed right now losing the weight that you want to lose. But you think if you lose weight fast, you're going to be fucking healthy. That's proof right there that weight loss has nothing to do with being healthy or unhealthy. You're going to reach your goal weight. How much do you weigh? I don't know. The last time I weighed myself, I was like 180, 185. I'm fluctuating between 180 and 185. I'm about 5'6". But like my stomach, if you go back and scroll down my page, you'll see my stomach was huge. When I was like 350, it was a time 2 years ago when I got on the scale and it said error. I thought it was a mistake. I got on again, error. It was like, it went up to like 350 or 400 pounds. The last time I weighed myself at home, not recently, but 2 years ago, error. And I said, it has to be the battery. So I told my friend to get on there. She got on there and told her rate just fine. I got on there, error. That means even though I claimed 350 to 360, 100 pounds was my biggest, there was a time in my life where I got so big that the home scale could not read it. And you know, when you feel so big, you avoid the doctor because that's the accurate scale. You avoid any scales, period, because you know you big as fuck. You feel it on your body and shit. You feel huge and shit. But you are going to avoid the scale because you don't want that constant reminder that you done let yourself go. And since you let yourself go, you miserable, you depressed, you beating yourself up, you deal with negative self-talk and low self-esteem and all these other negative toxic thoughts that you convinced yourself that it's the food that's the problem because you don't want to accept the blame for your damn self and your motherfucking body. Excuse my language. I love y'all. No offense, but I just got to be real and raw. You done turn to blame food for the problem because you don't want to accept it for yourself. And who else you going to blame but the food? The food can't talk. The food ain't got no moral value like diet culture leads you to believe. The food can't defend itself. So you going to blame food when food is just food. No matter how nutritious it is, whether it's a double stuffed Oreo or kale, it's all fuel for your body. Some foods just provide more nutritious value and more fuel for your body. Other foods provide your body with less energy and less nutritious value. Some foods just don't agree with you. You know, the foods that make your skin break out, the foods that make you feel nauseous and fatigued and low on energy, the foods that make you feel sick because you ate too damn much. It's not the food. It's your thoughts, beliefs, habits, and patterns around the food. And it's because we've turned to diet culture all of our lives. And all diet culture is doing is feeding you bullshit lies to take your money. They just coming out with shit to give you just enough to make you feel like the products are working, but it's really not. They're really just playing on your insecurities by giving you shit that's not sustainable, because who wants to stick to one meal plan for the rest of their lives? What you gonna do on your birthday, when you go out, when it's your honeymoon? You go while you and your man on your anniversary date, wherever in fucking the Bahamas. You not gonna enjoy yourself and eat and drink because you on a diet and you can't have this, or you gonna feel like a failure. Then you gonna be miserable and fuck up your damn anniversary trip and make your husband feel some type of way because you insecure because diet culture done got into your ear. Yes, weight loss has to do is simple math. It's all about calories. Calories in versus calories out. It takes 3,500 calories to gain or lose a pound. But with food freedom, it's not about tracking calories. It's about getting in tune with your body. That's why I say you never have to track a single calorie ever again. You never have to meal prep plan. No more cheat days and cheat meals. They call it cheat days and cheat meals because guess what? Diet culture knows you cheating on yourself. It knows you're not honoring your hunger. It knows you're not giving your body what it's telling you it wants. If your body is saying it's craving a cookie, you basically by not honoring that craving, you're calling your body yourself stupid and ignorant because your body ain't smart enough to know what it wants. How that work? How your body don't know what it wants and what it needs? If it's craving something, obviously it fucking wants it some way. So why not honor it? Because diet culture told you would be a failure for not doing so. You never have to count or track a single calorie ever again with food freedom because you'll know your body is saying, oh, it's craving Chinese food. So guess what? You get the Chinese food. But before you eat, you're going to say, is this something I really want or am I just bored? Or am I emotional about something? Am I stressed out about the coronavirus? Am I stressed out because I got to file unemployment? Am I stressed out because they sent the stimulus checks, but I still ain't got mine and I don't know what happened? Or am I truly hungry? Physical hunger versus emotional hunger is a lot of the reasons why a lot of us are still unhealthy, so to speak, because we're not in tune with our body's cues of hunger and fullness. Once you've been getting in tune with that and trust yourself to a point where you know it's true hunger versus like some other hunger, if you don't feel it in your gut, if you feel it in your head or anywhere else, that's not true hunger because your head doesn't need the food. Your fucking stomach, your gut, your internal stuff down here needs the food to survive. So if it's not down here, it's not real hunger. But if you determine it is, then before you eat, you've gotten in tune so much that you know, okay, that's not enough. Okay, so I really am hungry. But am I sure I want this Chinese food? It sounds good right now, but am I sure? One thing I love is some white cake. Like birthday cake, but it's not birthday cake. It's not nobody's birthday, just cake. So I would buy the cakes and I would eat them all the time. But after practicing food freedom, I asked myself, just because I think I want it, do I really want it or will it make me feel sick? And if I don't do that process, I end up eating the cake and then feeling sick and guilty later because I thought I wanted it, but my body wasn't really saying it wanted it. It had a sugar craving, so I reverted back to the same thing I usually thought I wanted, but it was just telling me, maybe you just want a few grapes or something. Maybe you just need a vitamin C. I don't know, but you have to make sure it's what you want and what your body needs before just putting it in your mouth. And then when you're enjoying it, a lot of us suffer from the clean your plate syndrome, especially in the African American community, where your parents say you got to clear your plate before you get up off this table. So that means whenever you see something in front of you, you feel like you cannot get up, cannot go do something else because you got to clear your plate. Regardless if you're full or satisfied, you got to clear your plate if you want to be free. Food freedom allows you to be free before you even sit down. So while you're eating your food, you've been craving Chinese food all day, so you eat one wing. Mind you, you got all this food left, but you only ate one wing. But guess what? You so in tune with your body, you know that craving is satisfied after you ate that one wing. So guess what? You can either save all this food for later, you can give it to somebody, you can throw it away, you can repurpose it, whatever you want to do, you just done eating. And that's how you don't have to count calories because your body said it's done. Whether it's gone or not, it's done. Fuck the clean the plate syndrome, because that's another unhealthy thing that diet culture done threw into somebody's ear to help keep you stuck and trapped and miserable for the rest of your life. But guess what? Since you practice food freedom, you done ate the one wing, you satisfied, now you got food for later. Now you're not spending all your money every day eating multiple things because you still got food left over. Whether you eat it now or later or never again, you satisfy that craving. You're no longer stuck and trapped with those rules and restrictions diet culture placed in your life. You allow yourself ultimate freedom and trust back into your life to know your body is going to tell you what it wants and when it needs to be happy, healthy, alive, and thrive in this world. If you haven't already, be sure to click the link in my bio and get my free guide on how to lose weight without dieting. Also, I'm hosting a 7-day weight loss challenge that starts Monday, where you will be introduced to food freedom as well as freedom weight loss. No gym or exercise equipment are required. To register for that, click the link in my bio and tap the first button. It's only $11.11. Again, it starts Monday. But anywho, like I said, food freedom is not this crazy thing that's just brand new. It's just about telling you that it's okay to trust yourself. It's okay to eat foods that are actually pleasurable and enjoyable, as well as provide your body with adequate nutrition. Food freedom is not giving you free range to just do whatever the fuck you want, like as far as with no regard to your body and what it needs. Food freedom is essentially freedom plus gentle nutrition. Gentle nutrition is where you're so in tune with your body to know when it needs the adequate nutrients to make it function, to give you energy. You ever feel fatigued and tired and not want to do shit, or you feel sick, you feel bloated, you feel stuffed, you just don't feel right. Your skin breaking out, all that. That's because you have no regard for your nutrition. Some foods that taste good to you and you actually enjoy are not necessarily good for you, and they have that negative reaction on your body, causing your skin to break out, causing you to feel tired or fatigued, causing you to bloat and hold on to all that excess water weight because you're eating shit that does not agree with you. Once you've been doing food freedom for so long, you get so in tune with it, you know, just because it tastes good, it's not necessarily good for me. There's no such things as good and bad foods with food freedom. Diet culture places those labels on foods to help keep you stuck and trapped. How can a food be good or bad when all sources of food just provide your body with nutrients and energy? How? So again, some just provide you with a little less nutrients than others, but too much of anything is a bad thing. Why have all this good food and all this more nutritious food and just look, this much nutritious food every day, this much pleasurable food every day? You see how it outweighs itself? There's no balance. How about nutritious foods, more nutritious foods, and slightly less nutritious foods, or have a balance of foods that taste good that are actually high in nutritious value for you? Because diet culture doesn't want you to experiment and trust yourself and find the foods that taste good and are nutritious for you. They want to give you one set strict rules or guidelines, a one-size-fits-all approach to health and wellness that makes you feel like a failure for doing anything outside of those guidelines, by making you rely on them and their voice for your life so that they can keep taking your money, keep keeping you in their back pocket, so they can keep funding the bullshit and lies to more people who have insecurities just like you, instead of just saying that you have everything you need to be happy and healthy and where you want to be in life. But we got to control you. We got to keep you in a tight bubble, a tight space, so to speak, like the government that tries to tell you all this, tell you one thing versus another. It's just, get in tune with yourself. Trust yourself. It'll allow you a more happier and peaceful life, less stress and anxiety. Think about it right now. How much of your life do you spend thinking about food, your next meal, what you're going to eat, how you're going to stay within your daily caloric limit? The whole caloric limit thing is kind of weird because we're humans. We're not robots. We don't require the same amount of foods every single day. We don't crave the same things every single day. We got to get in tune with our bodies, our cues, and what is good for us, and not worry about anybody else or any outside source or factor unless you are that person. Nobody can make the decisions for you. You got to make the decisions for yourself, y'all. But all right, I got to finish getting my stuff together for the weight loss challenge next week. If you've registered, just know that information will be emailed out by 9 a.m. Central tomorrow. And I look forward to seeing y'all in the challenge. Don't forget to get my free guide on how to lose weight without dieting by clicking the link in my bio. If you know anybody who may find any of this information helpful in this live, be sure to share it with them. Any comments, questions, or concerns, just leave them in the comments and I'll respond after. And once this live ends, you'll have about 24 hours to catch the replay, to go ahead and rewatch it and get all those good gems, those raw, unfiltered gems I left throughout this live. And I will talk to y'all later. Have a blessed night.